Hey there, Supersize Your Business Challenge, day 32. Welcome, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. We are switching gears and we are going to begin focusing on, for the next 4 weeks, the area of confidence. We are going to talk about how do you build confidence, how does confidence impact your ability to supersize and grow your business, beginning with figuring out where we are. Confidence isn't fixed. It changes all the time based on how we feel. I have a cold right now. When I have a cold, I feel less confident than when I'm 100% healthy and full of energy. Awareness is the first step in terms of improving our confidence as a business. We need to know where we are in different business aspects, and that's going to be our action item for today. We're just going to do a quick audit. I'm going to share areas that you could look at, but if you have other areas you want to look at, or if you want to use the 9-part life framework, that's what we're doing for the Personal Growth Supersize You annual challenge. But if you feel like that's more of a stretch, I guarantee by the end of this year, that will not be a stretch at all for you in terms of a framework to grow and build and supersize your business. But I think that there's other business things that we can look at that will give us a better, quick understanding of what is our level of confidence. And we want to identify then what are the top 3 and what are the bottom 3, so that we remember that confidence, or a gap in our confidence, isn't a bad thing. It's an area of opportunity that if we improve our confidence just a little bit in some of those lower areas, it'll have a huge impact on the results that we get for our business. So we want to look at, and let's just jump right into that. Our action item today is to do a quick audit of different things that impact our business confidence. You might want to rate on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest level of confidence, 10 being the best level of confidence. Things like leadership decisions, sales and pitching, financial management, team development, strategic planning, public speaking, communication, innovation, I would say customer experience, delegation, conflict resolution, and we're going to look at all these things, and you could look at whatever areas you want. You could do it by business function. You could do it by whatever works for you. For one of my businesses, I already know I'm going to do it by business function. For another one, I'm going to use the life framework. For another one, I'm going to use the categories some of those that I just mentioned. And then we're just going to get a picture, a snapshot today of how we feel on a scale of 1 to 10 about each of these things in our business right now. And it's just our opinion, right? As the founder and builder of our business, that's the opinion that matters the most. Maybe we have to go out and do some investigation and find out, okay, these 3 are our weakest areas, and maybe we have to go to those functions and communicate and find out why we're believing they're the weakest areas. Maybe they just have a leader in that department that isn't communicating all of the awesome things that they're doing in it. I've had that happen in my corporate career. I thought one of my shifts was really not performing as well as the others, and it turns out they were actually, when I compared apples to apples, they were the best performing shift of all. So you never know until you do a little more research. And then we're going to ask ourselves some reflective questions today. I'm adding a little more structure to this year's challenge. Since this is the first time I've done an annual challenge in this Supersize Your Business community, I want to make sure that we have a little bit of structure so it feels like a better fit. I would also like some feedback on that. If you're like, nah, we don't need that structure, we don't need this. For example, would it be helpful if I created a quick audit worksheet that you could use to come up with your confidence assessment for your business? I could just create the different things you could consider, and then 1 through 10, and you could just go through and circle it, and then the ones with the highest numbers, the top 3 and the bottom 3. Pretty simple to pull those out and then look at them and do some reflection and ask yourself some questions about that. For example, which areas do you feel the most confident in? Depending on, if we have a list of like 9 or 10 areas, I say 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom, and the 3 in the middle, we're just going to kind of leave alone for right now. Where does our lack of confidence hold us back from opportunities that are out there all the time? Maybe there's just doing this exercise can lead to a massive competitive advantage for you and your business, because you'll uncover something that your competition isn't doing that you can do better than anybody else, and that can be your foray into a niche that you want to participate in. What would be possible if you had unshakable confidence in the area that you're the weakest in right now? Say, for example, your customer experience is your weakest area right now. You haven't really mapped it out. It's just kind of happened over time. And if you spent a little bit of time and energy on it, you could really map it out and streamline that customer experience. What would be the impact on your results and your confidence in your results if you did that? It's just an example. So then in the comments below, I would love if people would engage and communicate. Number one, what do you think about this exercise? What do you think about the format? You know, here's the 3 things to consider. Here's the action item. And then here's some reflective questions on it. How do you feel about that? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about jumping in and doing this annual challenge? It doesn't take very long. And the exercises and the worksheets and things, I think, will give you a massive competitive advantage compared to other businesses in your industry that aren't doing anything to grow and develop and be the best possible version of themselves. Or to supersize, right? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about doing this challenge? How do you feel about doing an annual challenge? Are you nervous about it? Are you afraid of it? Is it going to be too much? That's why I try to keep it simple. I am in the same boat that you all are. I have been trying to run my businesses, actually, and I was running my businesses on the side, working in corporate America and raising my family. That's when it was the worst. Not the worst, but the best, right? It was the busiest for sure. So I understand how we need to keep things bite-sized in order to actually accomplish them and gain traction by just doing a little thing every day. But then share on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about your confidence going into this challenge, doing this challenge, as we go into the 9 different, more strategic and more topic-specific areas to grow and build and supersize our businesses. I'm going to say 10 because this is my 9th year in a row doing an annual challenge. So I'm pretty confident we can pull this off, and I can make it bite-sized so that you get the benefits and have leverage in certain areas and aspects of your business, and it'll bleed into your life so that you are exponentially better and more capable by the end of this year than you are at the beginning at creating the business that you want, the supersize business that you want. And then share one area that you want to build confidence in your business. Just could be anyone. Maybe you want to be a better communicator as a leader in your organization. Maybe you want to I want to monetize my school community because that's what I'm working on. I'm working on streamlining, putting everything in my school community, and then using that as my main hub for the things that I want to do and create going forward in my life. I'm old enough now where I don't want to do all the things. Done all the things a long time. I don't want to do all the things anymore. I don't want to be involved in all the different industries and businesses anymore. Been there, done that, time for a change. I'm more interested in how can I leave a positive impact on the world and make the world a better place. All right, have an awesome day. Any questions, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, I will play with this structure a little bit. I'm obviously not 100% comfortable with it yet, but I will get comfortable really fast. All right, have a great day. Bye.